Hey everybody, I'm Matt.
And I'm Nick.
And we're your science experts.
And today we have a question from Carlin, Mrs. Procopio's class. He asks, why do planets orbit the sun?
Wait, Nick, what is an orbit?
An orbit is the curved path that planets follow as they revolve around the sun.
Oh, wait, so why does this happen?
That's a great question. To understand this, you first need to understand the force that pulls us to Earth, gravity. A famous scientist named Isaac Newton discovered this force over 300 years ago. The legend is he was sitting under an apple tree and an apple fell on his head, making him think of the universal law of gravitation.
The law states that any two bodies in the universe attract to each other. This means every object on Earth is attracted to one another. However, most things on Earth are too small to have any force that we can actually feel. Because the sun is so big, every planet on our solar system is attracted to it.
So you might be thinking, what makes the planets actually revolve around the sun?
This can be explained by Newton's laws of motion and how the universe was created. The first law of motion is that planets in rest stay at rest. An object in motion stays in motion, with the same speed and direction unless acted upon by another force. So this is often called the law of inertial. Let's test it on this apple, which is at rest. The apple didn't move until we applied that external force. The worm is in this apple, so he now travels at the same speed in the same direction as the apple. But when we abruptly stop the apple, see how the worm keeps going because no force was applied by him? The worm keeps flying at the same inertia. Here's Abby.
Years ago, the solar system was formed from a giant cloud of dust and gas. The gas and dust began to move in a giant circle, much like the water in a drain moves around the center. At the center, a small star began to form as it collected more and more dust. The star grew larger and larger and eventually became the sun. Further away from the sun, there were smaller clumps of dust and gas also collapsing, which became our planets.
Do not fall into the sun because of how fast they are traveling. Newton explained this years ago by imagining a cannon sitting on top of a very large mountain. If a cannonball were shot at too slow of a speed, it simply would fall back down to Earth. However, as you increase how fast you shoot the cannonball, it would go farther and farther around the Earth, continue until you reach the speed at which the ball would keep going around the Earth, or orbit the Earth. This is how we launch satellites into space and how they continue to circle the Earth.
Oh, Niklas, that's a lot of cool info. Hopefully everyone knows a little more about orbits now.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Matt. See you next time in space. Haha.